it's 91.5, 95.1 Nigeria info. I beg your pardon, please. It's 95.1 Nigeria info, 70 minutes gone past 3 p.m. And welcome to Hard Fact on this amazing dial. I hope you've had a great day so far with the broadcasting event from Morning Crossfire with Itodo and so what's happening in Abuja with LFZ, the billionaire, and then Sunnyside with SWAT, the vocal majesty. My name is Raiders Finest, Gabriel Spector, and I'm riding solo on Hard Fact today. Kimberly is still very much away and catching her breath, catching some very much needed rest on being away, yes. So she's going to be back as soon as possible. When I can't tell, but I'm sure she's going to be back very, 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 very soon. But then, I mean, we're going to be having an amazing time on the show today. Like I did say with SWAT, when I was discussing with SWAT, that we're going to be having lots of conversations, looking at some of the biggest stories happening across the country on the big three. We'll look at some other updates happening across the continent and the world. Some humanitarian crisis going on in Gaza at the moment. There was a shooting that happened in New York that led to the loss of life of some persons, including the security officer. That one too, also happening across the world there. And some very interesting stories. I can even see some breaking news on my system here. But hey, we'll stay focused and look at some of the biggest stories already penned down. Riding solo, so I trust you to join me on the conversation, to be my guest, join in with your contribution to these, very topical issues as we look at them together. 0700 951 0000, 0809 597 4869 are the numbers. WhatsApp 0809 993 0137. That's the WhatsApp number. There you can send voice notes, text messages. You can also call me on that platform. We're streaming live, so you can go to YouTube and Facebook and get to see the fine native attire I'm putting on. Yeah. All right, so it's at Nigeria Info Abuja on Instagram and Facebook. YouTube as well at Nigeria Info Abuja. Twitter is Nigeria Info ABJ. X. All right, at Nigeria Info ABJ on X. Those are the platforms, our socials, where you can catch us. And you should have the app on your phone as well. I mean, so that you can just listen to us wherever it is that you are. All right, let's dive right into the big three for today. I will start with the presidency defending the president's $150,000 Falcons gift, citing BB Niger's 150 million naira prize. So I haven't even. I said I was going to do a calculation and a conversion rather from $150,000 to naira. So if you know what that is, please just let me know via the WhatsApp comment section. What is $150,000 to naira? I forgot to do it, but let me know what it is. All right. But hey, the presidency has defended the president's $150,000 reward to the Super Falcons, arguing that the gesture is well deserved, especially when compared to the 150 million naira prize money awarded to winners of the reality TV show Big Brother Naija, which is ongoing at the moment. Special advisor to the president on information and strategy, Bayo Ononuga, said the president's generous reward to the Super Falcons following backlash from some Nigerians about the gift splashed on Nigeria's women's national team. Defending the president's gesture in a tweet, Ononuga compared the gift to prize money awarded by reality show Big Brother Naija, saying some Nigerians didn't appreciate the president's gift to the victorious players. He wrote, and I quote, "When you remember that MultiChoice, the organizer of the BB Naija show, is offering the winner 150 million naira grand prize, you wonder why some Nigerians are unappreciative of the president rewards the Super Falcons." President Tinubu also rewarded excellent creativity, hard work, soccer artistry, and the undying Nigerian spirit. So the comment comes amid debate over the president's lavish package for the national women's football team and the officials after they clinched their 10th Women's Africa Cup of Nations title in Morocco on Saturday. You remember that the president hosted the Falcons at the presidential villa and announced national honors and substantial financial rewards for the team. So in case you missed it, all right, each player received the national award of the Order of Nigeria, OON. And now you're wishing, why have I not been playing football in my life? A 3-bedroom apartment and $100,000. Okay, so is it $100,000 now? Yes, $100,000, which is approximately 153 million naira in cash. The 11-member technical team was also gifted $50,000, which is 75.6 million naira each, not together, each, in recognition of their contribution to the team's success. The president praised the team's resilience, calling their comeback from 2 goals down against host nation Morocco a testament to the Nigerian fighting spirit. The Super Falcons' latest WAFCON triumph marks the 10th title, further cementing their status as Africa's most successful women's national team. And ladies and gentlemen, the honest truth of the matter is that this is a good title to hold. It's a good image in a generation where we are struggling with imagery, we're struggling with perception. We're known for different things, some not too good things. It's a welcome development if we have this image of us, the only country whose women team have won the African title 10 times, maybe not consecutively, but 10 times. What was the closest? Maybe 2 or 3. So that's a landmark, right? And that shows dominance as far as the women's football is concerned in Africa. The Super Falcons have consistently proven to be dominant in that side. But on the other hand, someone says the reward system is brutally unfair, citing the police. Now, the presidency, in comparison, cited, okay, look at this private events that is going on in the country. The winner gets to take home 150 million naira as cash prize. All right? If it is all of it in cash prize or not, I do not know. But let me take this commercial. When I come back, we'll continue the conversation.
After this is not just a debate. Higher than ever before. Catch
All right, welcome back. Back to the conversation. So, a former presidential candidate and human rights activist, Omoyele Sowore, has slammed the government's reward structure, calling it brutally unfair to officers of the Nigeria police. He made the comments as regards the Super Falcons and their victory at the 2024-2025 Women's Africa Cup of Nations victory in Morocco. And I quote him now, he says, "You have inspired," that's the president rather, millions, especially young girls who now see proof that their dreams are valid and achievable. That's the president saying this to the Super Falcons players. Now, reacting to this gesture, Showore in a short tweet said, "Life is brutally unfair to police officers who serve the country for decades with little reward." This is me quoting. Super Falcons won WAFCON, trained for 1 year, played for 1 month, were rewarded with $100,000 each and houses. Police officers protected them for decades, worked 35 years, retired for $1,500. That's 2 million naira as gratuity, no houses, no medicals, and a little pension. I also gave you the report on when the presidential spokesman or spokesperson, Bayo Ononuga, came out to defend the president's decision in a tweet, saying that, look at the case of a particular show that is ongoing and how much they give the person and the cash prize. So we have two comparisons going on here. It isn't bad that we have people who have gone out to fight, even though we're talking about sports competition here. But, I mean, Nigeria, or let me say Naija. When we talk about Naija, we talk about the Naija spirit, the resilient, undying, unwavering spirit of the average Naija boy or girl, man or woman. And they've gone, I mean, if you saw the match, you know that, well, okay, that was some act of heroism in the sports competition. 2 goals down, came out 3-2, and all of it. And thereafter, we have the title of the only country to have won this particular competition 10 times in history of the competition in Africa, which is the biggest, by the way, in women's sport in Africa. And so we have this going on. These women did commendably well representing the country. However, on the other hand, someone is saying, see, is it a case of the money being too much or misplaced priority? Is the president wrong to have commended in terms of cash gifts, commended the effort of the Super Falcons? Was this photo op? The presidency trying to look good with this one when we have serious cases of, pensioners, former policemen and women who served the country for decades, 3 decades and a half, and now they are just suffering because they have not received their pensions, the gratuities, and all of it. When I was preparing for the show and I was studying these different reports, it really cast some sort of confusion on my mind as regards exactly where it is that we stand in terms of welfare for our people. Because it looks like, okay, is it a case of double standard? Is it a case of, again, misplaced priority? I'm really going to just allow you, tell me what you think on this particular issue. Because it's one to think about, really. Was the president wrong to have given the cash gifts, the houses? They represented the country on the continental level, and they came home with flying colors, came home with a trophy, which, if you look at it in what way, adds some color to the president's administration. Under his administration, the Super Falcons won the 10th trophy, talking about the women's AFCON, won it for the 10th time under his administration. And that's something to commend. I mean, we talk about the Super Falcons, or maybe not just Super Falcons, the nationals team, the men and women's nationals team, going through all manner of hurdles every time they have to go to play a match across the country, across the continent, or even internationally. So it could be that, okay, you know what, under my administration, these girls went, they were provided with everything they need to go out to do via the NFF, and they went and they conquered. So we were rewarding them. But somebody's drawing our attention to the fact that, hey, we have police officers as well who have served this country tremendously, and they deserve to be commended. They deserve to be rewarded as well. So which is it for you? What side of the divide do you stay? I mean, it's one to consider, really. Should the president have rewarded the Super Falcons? Maybe yes. If yes, is that amount too much? Or is just about the right amount to give people who have gone to give us a very good imagery outside the country? I really love to hear from you. But let's look at some other issues happening across the country. Governor suspends 87 officials, including commissioners, for not attending official events. Now, the governor of Ebonyi State, Francis Inwifuru, suspended 87 government officials for failing to attend an official function. Those suspended include commissioners, senior special assistants, and permanent secretaries. The governor in a statement signed by a spokesperson, Monday Uzo, said they were suspended for failing to attend an important government function. Mr. Uzo said that the affected officials are to proceed on a 1-month working suspension without salary. Now, he listed the 25 commissioners, 14 senior special assistants, 24 special assistants, and 22 permanent secretaries as those affected by the governor's directive. According to the statements, the suspension takes immediate effect, and the suspended officials are barred from signing any official document during the period. The commissioners, were also instructed to hand over to their respective permanent secretaries. So it's not like the commissions they oversee are left without a leadership. They are to hand over to the permanent secretary. Those are the commissioners involved in this. This is in the Ebonyi State. And it's so interesting to see. There's a list of the 25 commissioners here and their names. And honestly speaking, I think I'm just going to jump and pass, calling on their names because time is getting fast spent and I really need to get to your contribution. But you look at this, the question that comes to mind, is this a very much needed disciplinarian in the public space as governor? Because this is not the first time. Earlier in the year, he suspended 2 aides as well for some misconduct. I believe, yes, 2 aides for some misconduct. He also suspended some other government officials. Now, all of these are appointed. Don't get it wrong. They're not elected government officials. They're appointed government officials. He suspended some other ones. I think this is like the third time that this is happening in the state this year. But this is the highest amount of personnel or officials suspended at a go. Is this a very much needed disciplinarian in the public space as governor, or he's shooting himself in the foot? I mean, I just look at this, and yesterday myself and Somi were talking a hard fact about patriotism, and we spoke to different angles of it. How that I sincerely believe that some of the most unpatriotic arts can be found in the leadership at the top. Is this a welcome development? If you're from Ebonyi State and this is your governor, what do you see about this? Politically speaking, this just might reduce would this reduce the popularity of the governor in the state, or it is going to make him more endeared to the people for being a disciplinarian? Because it is now very clear that we know where this man stands. Talking about the governor of Ebonyi State, Governor Francis Inwifuru, we know where he stands. If you misbehave, I punish you. No two ways about it. So is this going to reduce his popularity amongst the people, or it is even going to further endear him to the people? I mean, he's not doing this across the state. He's just doing this amongst the people working with him, for him. Maybe he's going to extend this to the citizens of Ebonyi State. We'll see something that we saw in the likes of the 1983, 1984, 1985 under former President Muhammadu Buhari when he was head of state with the kick against indiscipline. That comes to mind. What do you think about this one? I'll get to your contributions in a very short while. But let me give you this one too as one of the biggest stories happening right about now. This one I'm not very happy about because every now and then you talk about health and you talk about crisis. When those two words come together, health crisis, you're looking at something fatal, something that can be deadly, that can be fatal. But it then becomes very worrisome when we're looking at people who are providers of these health services and their association in crisis altogether. It's not the first time, so I know we are used to it. We're used to medical doctors going on strike. We're used to nurses going on strike. We're used to non-medical staff within the health service sector going on strike. It's a normal thing to us. At the same time, how long can we continue to allow these things be? How long can we continue to allow critical sectors? You know, it's quite interesting. We've spoken about the police. A few weeks ago, the conversation was around teachers in the Federal Capital Territory. Now we have doctors. Now, this is not in Abuja, by the way. I must mention that. This is in Lagos State. But hey, if it affects one, it affects all, right? So medical services were disrupted across several public hospitals in the state, talking about Lagos, as doctors under the state government's employment commenced a 3-day warning strike to protest salary deductions and unpaid arrears. So medical services were disrupted across several public hospitals in Lagos State as doctors under the state government's employment commenced a 3-day warning strike to protest salary deductions and unpaid arrears. There's a report on several patients, like an example of a woman who is struggling with rheumatism, who was declined access to medical services, medical consultation due to the strike, the ongoing strike. And she was told to come back on the 4th of August. And I quote the woman here. She says, "I have severe pain in my legs and was hoping the doctor would help today. But they postponed my appointments to the 4th of August. Looking distressed," the report added. The Medical Guild declared a warning strike on Saturday last week following an emergency congress. The union, which represents doctors employed by the Lagos State government, is protesting what it describes as illegal and disrespectful deductions from July salaries and unpaid 12-month arrears under the revised Consolidated Medical Salary Structure, CONMES. Despite appeals by the Lagos State government to shelve the action, the strike commenced yesterday, affecting several services across the state-owned hospitals and other hospitals in the state. Now, I did try to reach out to a doctor in Bagada General Hospital in Lagos. I called him several times. He didn't pick up the call. I would have loved to have his take. I know he belongs to the Medical Doctors Guild. I think that's what it's called. I know he belongs to the guild because he's a very good friend, though elderly. And I reached out to him severally to get a reaction from him on this particular one. But nothing, I didn't get a response. But nonetheless, here we are again with the issues of welfare for critical, essential service providers in the country across board. The medical sector, education, security, over and over again. You know, and this just sort of draws my mind back to the Super Falcons. Now, you cannot blame the Super Falcons for going ahead to win. You cannot blame them for winning the trophy. At the same time, I don't think people, for sport people generally, I think it's usually a thing of pride that they get to represent the country at different levels, continentally or at the global stage. Maybe it was premeditated by the president that I'm going to give every one of them $100,000 cash gift and a house in an estate here in Abuja. Maybe it was premeditated. Maybe it was a spur of the moment for the president. He was speaking to them. I saw the video that's also viral where he was speaking to them over a device. I think when they were still in Morocco. And, you know, it was maybe that's where he was just really excited and like, okay, what can I do for these girls? They've done really well. Let me see. You know what, girls, $100,000. You know, and just went ahead and declared. I'm thinking, you know, maybe we should start. What's that thing they talk about? Project Mbappe. So maybe I should start considering Project Aziza Toshoala as well. All right. So these are some of the biggest stories. There's also the one of Jigawa State. Yes, Jigawa State, where We are also having this conversation about medical doctors. I'm trying to get that report up. But these are some of the biggest stories right now. What do you think about these ones? Let me know your thoughts. 0700 951 0000 0809 597 4869. And WhatsApp is 0809 993 0137. Now we have so many calls coming in. So just kind of keep it concise, constructive, and let's make it 90 seconds. That's a minute and 30 seconds. So just be mindful of the timing so that when we get to that time and I, end a call, you don't feel offended. All right? Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon, my brother.
Welcome, sir.
You got my colleague. I was very happy when can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I was very, very happy when I won 190,000 naira with 200 naira.
You won 190 with 200.
Yes. I carried when Nigeria was down by 2 goals.
Yes.
I took the 19 odd and some other little odd and put 200 naira. Lo and behold, 190,000. I was very happy. So I'm your comrade. All of us they play the lottery. No mind what, just be scared.
All right, thank you very much. I know what he's talking about, but that was a very long time ago. That's the part to that conversation I didn't mention. That was 2010, 11. That's a very long time ago. At the time itself, that sport betting wasn't really very popular. So I mean, I don't think I've done it since then. Hello, good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Gabriel.
Welcome. Good afternoon, madam.
Thank you. This is Mary from Gogolata.
All right, Mary, talk to me.
They stole my phone. So I just bought a touchlight phone, and I just bought this SIM.
So sorry about that. Where did that happen?
I have been listening. Thursday last week, I traveled out of Abuja and they picked the phone from my handbag.
Hard luck.
I've been dying to contribute, but I cannot. In fact, even that day of the football, after the football, I wanted to comment. No phone. I was just, in fact, I've lost to it.
Yeah.
Not to contribute to it.
Welcome.
So let me try now, and it went through. I'm grateful.
Awesome. Talk to me, please.
Thank you. I want to talk about the reward given to the Super Falcons by the president.
Yeah.
First, I want to congratulate them. It was very heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
It was very cheering. That was a day before or 2 days before after they took my phone. So I was looking for something to make me happy, and they made me very happy.
Yeah.
The money they gave them, for me, is still a pronouncement. I pray they give them the money.
Mm-hmm.
They actually deserve the money. Very heartwarming.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But just that, on the other side, the other people who are complaining, they are also on track. Because if you look at people who have put in 35 years of service, meritorious service, and then use all your youthful years to train your children, you have spent all, and then you have retired. Instead of you have to sit down and enjoy your small monies, they don't pay you gratuity, your pension, you go some die queuing for their small stipend. It's not right.
Right. Thank you so much, Mary. I have to let you go. 90 seconds way up since. But thank you so much. I think you made your position very, very clear. It is not right. Mary says, good afternoon. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, good afternoon. I didn't know why my I was about to put my contribution when they came cut off. Or were you the one that cut it off?
The time was up, actually.
Okay, I actually want to say something about this money that was given to them.
All right, go ahead.
But, it's not bad that our girls were rewarded.
All right.
But why will they have to politicize it? I don't know where that nonsense came from. On your mandate, we shall stand. That is actually, just Nigerians are not telling or saying it open. That is actually where the anger is. How can you, because it's like a bread. Everything now is channeled towards 2027. Why will you do that? And somebody will now start the issue on your mandate, we shall stand. Why will you bring that kind of thing in our football? Do you know how football unites Nigerians? You're not coming, it's like our Super Falcon is out of APC. Meaning what? As far as I'm concerned, that is not the way it's a good behavior. Honestly speaking, it's not about the money I was giving to them. Please. when they took the pound for the public, they go stop and finish, leave the place. But when everybody contribute to pound fufu for that governor, I don't think he will survive it because 2027 is coming. He is the first time governor. Do you understand? So,
Yes, it's the first time governor.
Yes, it's a what do they call
Yeah.
it? I'm an Igbo. It's the first time governor. So those people, remember, appointment come from different constituencies.
Yeah.
The only saving force we have is if there is no like presidency.
You are saying the act is taken with clarity.
Very well, guys. They don't just come from the blues. There are people introduced by different
All right.
constituencies.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's take this caller here. Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
My name is Collins from Wusetu.
Collins.
Kingsley
All right,
from Wusetu.
All right, Kingsley. Go ahead, please.
Now, I think that the girls deserve to be celebrated and honored and all that, but I think that looking at the country at the moment, 150 million for each of them, I don't think it's a wise.
100,000, 150 million, yes.
100,000. $100,000. First, I have a problem with the president announcing the money in dollars. Dollars is not our currency. And they are still putting pressure on the naira by announcing the money in dollars. You just comfortably said 150 million naira. Then, but why saying dollars? That's one. Secondly, my dad retired as a lecturer. My wife presently is a lecturer doing her PhD. So my wife doing her PhD, I know how much she spends for local publications for how to be promoted in the university. Some local journals, you are paying as much as 200,000 naira, 150,000 naira just for you to get promoted. Now, for you to become a professor, you pay through your nose. I know what my dad went through before he became a professor. Now, at the end of the day, how much are we paying these ones in our research institutions, in the academia? How much are we paying medical doctors? And yes, somebody went and they did fantastic well. I can't take that away, but 150 million naira, for me, it is way too much. That's about 3.something billion, which can be reinvested. Police agitating for retired police agitating, military in the war front, protecting the terrestrial integrity of the country, agitating. Medical doctors are on one hand agitating. ASU, they are giving warning sign again, they will soon go on strike again. And all we are putting for is such an amount of money. And we say that our country doesn't have money. I mean, that's a big contrast and a big contradiction. I think that the president was wrong. It's good to celebrate. I mean, the House and the OON was good. You know, you can give them money, they give no doubt, but not to that amount. It's a no-no for me. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.